All right, good afternoon. 33 minutes past 12. Welcome back. Of course, it is still your home of conversations, Lagos Talks 91.3, and still your favorite show, The Midday Show. My name is Paula Chine, the Big P, and it is time for parenting today. Now, if you're trying to be a better individual, because parenting is a never-ending job, you want to be a better parent, you want your family to be happy, this show's for you. Raising individuals, not just seeing children as kids, but seeing them as individuals who would become adults and would, of course, contribute to society. Now, whether they do that positively or negatively depends on the foundation laid within the home. And it starts with you, because what we call a home sometimes is just a structure and a house. You bring the home into the house. Now, I have an amazing guest in the studio with me, and today's topic is interesting. Now, first off, I'm going to be introducing my guest. My guest is a beautiful, and she's just as tall as me, which makes me happier. Her name is Adebola Kingsley-James, who is the creator of Owning My Greatness.
Hello,
welcome.
hello.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. Thank you. Good afternoon. And thanks for having me here.
It is a delight to have you here. Now, today's topic, I was, taken aback because I'm like, this is something that you rarely hear about, but it's very, very, very necessary. Mm-hmm. Some people fail to actually pay attention to it, because what we call love and second chances, it could be a disaster for people who are not prepared, especially if they're not alone. Mm-hmm. Today's topic is building love and togetherness, in a blended family. I want to ask you, in this part of the world, do you think blended families succeed when they try to merge together?
Success is the question. Now I'm underlining that. What does succeed mean?
Like, do they end up in a happy family? I mean, these are two families that were built separately, and then they're probably at a stage where they may have even, finished their growth. You know what I mean? And then the merging, different worlds, different ideals, different backgrounds. The parents, the individuals, the adults might be in love, but what about the kids, the relatives? So that's what I want to ask. It seems to be a lot.
The question is, can they succeed? Yes, they can.
Okay.
Do they? That's another question.
That's what I want to know, because I know that love is never enough in that situation.
Well, I used to also say this sentence, love is not enough. But the truth is, real love is all that you need.
Oh, so the truth is, real love is enough.
All that you need.
It's all that you need. Wow.
But then what we do is trade by barter. You give me this, I give you that. So that's what we do. We do trade. We don't do love, but we call trading love.
Is it just in this part of the world or
think it's
everywhere?
In the world.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. At least we can get it. Nigerians will brief. All right, just to make sure we're not just,
No, it's everywhere in the world. You give me sex, I give you security.
Oh.
You're kind to me, I'm kind to you. That's a trade.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So can a blended family work? Of course. If you look out, 70 to 75% of blended homes don't. But I think that they don't because they don't have the right footing to start in the first place. Right. I didn't even think mine was going to succead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did.
Do you want to share your story?
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps.
I think that's really what got me into the space of therapy and all of that. Nobody prepares you for the space. And I remember getting into, first of all, the guy was somebody that I had known. So it wasn't like I knew him whilst he was married. After he was after his wife died, and I'd known him for years, and and he was on his own for 6 years before we decided to take it a step further, right? And so he had 2 kids, and he still has 2 kids. Well, had 2 kids at the time.
Okay.
And I also thought, loving him would then translate the love from him to them. So now what I call love then was trading him.
Oh, really?
No, because once again, I didn't know what true love was at the time.
Wait, now I like that you said, you're saying you didn't know what true love. At that time, what did you think love was? And now what do you think?
Okay,
or rather,
so
what do you know it to be?
I thought, love is I have a certain kind of feeling towards you.
Is it like butterflies in a belly?
All of the above,
Attraction.
And now let me go back a little bit to say that I also was a savior.
Oh, you saved him.
I felt like I was coming in to save him because I got my existence or my essence was completed by saving people, and he was just another project to me at the time without knowing it. But I know now more than I knew then. So I thought, this is a guy that is a really good guy, good heart. He didn't ask to be in this kind of place. The children didn't also ask to be in this kind of situation as well. And, I thought, let's get together. And we really gelled. We had a good friendship, like I said.
Okay.
But the thing is that I wasn't ready for being married to a man with kids. I didn't know what it entailed. And unfortunately, it wasn't an era where there were coaches or anybody speaking to stepmoms or blended families as I do now in Nigeria, because I founded Only My Greatness, which was predominantly for stepmoms and blended families. But I didn't find anybody at the time. And, that whole stigma of the wicked stepmother, you carry that along. Hollywood created Cinderella. Nollywood, every Patience Ozokwo film at some point was the wicked stepmother. So
trying to maltreat the kids.
So you come in with that stigma. There's no way it's going to work when you already carry such baggage into it. He thought that he'd been married before, forgetting that he'd never been married to me.
Oh.
Yeah, it's something that we do, and that's what that's why blended families don't really work much, because we don't sit down and realize that this is not the woman that I was married to before, so I need to know her enough to know whether we can blend.
Now, I like that you mentioned that in the beginning. Just if you don't mind sharing, was there like a struggle with coming to terms with, this is not who I was married to, but this is who I'm going to be with now? Was there a struggle on his part and your part as well?
I'm sure there was a struggle on his part, because don't forget, like I said, his wife was shot right before very before, let me put it that way. So it was a tragic one, right? Yeah. So now imagine him then, and this is me assuming, but with the knowledge that I have now also, nobody is going to really open up to another person, because what if I open up to you and you go also?
And I lose you, the fear of losing your...
So emotionally, availability of your existence might be impossible at the time. Now, I also was walking in the shoes of a dead person without even knowing it, because now I want to be a good mother to these kids that are not mine. And the pressure that comes with it, and the constant chatter that is in your head that comes with it.
I like that. Please, for those who are listening now, you can join the conversation. Here with me is my guest, Adebola Kingsley-James, who's beautiful, intelligent, and very interesting. I did forget to mention, however, she is a therapist and a clinical hypnotherapist.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, trust me, after the show, I'm going to be hypnotized. I don't know about y'all, but in the meantime, you can join the conversation. Now, if you want to join the conversation, first off, we're on Twitter. You can send us a tweet using the hashtag parenting. Today, our handle is at Lagos Talks 913. If you want to join via WhatsApp, now on WhatsApp, you can call, you can send messages or a voice note. Here is the number for WhatsApp. WhatsApp line 0809 234 5913. You know what? We have a call. I'm going to read out the rest of the numbers, but let's take this call. Lagos Talks, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
My name is Femi.
All right, Femi.
I'm calling from VGC.
Oh, okay. Adela's here. You can say hi as well.
Adebola, please. I just want to say a very big thank you to you, because you started your introduction with a sentence that struck me off.
Okay, and what sentence is that? What sentence was that?
That we're all trading.
So we're all traders. I like that.
We're all traders.
So what do you trade, Femi?
It hit me hard, but it brought me to reality. Right? That's the true sense of what's happening. Right? Knowing that the man requires sex, right? They give sex for security. Right, the woman can as well go and give the sex elsewhere, but because she needs to be secured and feel comfortable and provided for, by African sex, by African, as an African man, you have to make sure you go out of your way to provide for everybody around you.
Yes.
Do you understand? So it didn't just dawn on me, and I sat down quietly. And I looked at everything, and I'm like, man, this is all the sense ever needed.
Wow. All right. All right. Thank you, Femi. Are you, perhaps, have you witnessed any blended family, or are you part of one? Do you have questions as regards that?
Yeah, I'm a single parent.
Okay.
I have a 15-year-old daughter.
Okay.
And I've had to cope with that.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, well, that's life. I got to face it, and it's been difficult because at times you want to talk to people, or you have somebody you're in something with. They initially hide it away from me that they got a kid or they got something, or you understand. Then eventually, when they open up to you, they keep the child away from you out of fear of what I don't know. But I'm always very open that I got a kid, and this is what I want us to do. We're going to do the parenting. We're going to do this. Then I realize the other person is trying to keep the child out of the umbrella. And I'm going to really see, like, why?
Maybe people
If I can bring my child forward, why are you keeping your child with your mom? Bring the child to your house.
So does your daughter live with you?
Yes, my daughter lives with me, but she goes she's in boarding school.
Okay.
She comes in, right? But I don't know. I think it's displaced understanding.
Yeah, I understand that. It is well. Hopefully, I mean, you will be able to find a way around it.
Yes, I will. I just know that I just need to take my time. The chord is going to be struck one day when I'll have somebody who sees things the way I see it.
Yeah, definitely, you will.
And that's the spirit.
All right, Femi, thank you so much for this. All right. And keep listening. You will learn a lot more. Thank you for calling.
I should have said this. All right.
Yeah.
My radio goes on Lagos Talk from 9. I listen to sports. Then I listen to the 10 o'clock guys. Then Moluka Olakari Ako. Then I make sure I take through my lunch with you people.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's amazing.
Even if I have to disagree with some of your views.
I mean.
You see, I need the alternate view.
Okay, yeah, sure. So don't worry. We'll look into it.
I keep it up with that. All right?
Okay. Thank you so much, Femi. All right. Thank you. And have an amazing day. Now, someone here on WhatsApp sent me a message. Sam E, I think. He says, hello, my stepmother was very wicked and mean to me. I have forgiven her, though.
Oh, that's good.
Now, there is the stigma. I like that he mentioned something. There's a stigma of having a child out of wedlock. It feels like people get to know you, and then there is that, oh, you have a child, and suddenly there's a withdrawal. There's some I won't say some frost to as opposed to the warmth that was there. And then there's also the stigma. There's also the stigma of, the wicked stepmother. I wonder how that works. So if you can just take us through all of this, because for me, I don't know. I just feel like these are conversations I would love to know more about.
So, I mean, first of all, that label, when they say this wicked stepmother, have you seen mothers who are wicked too? Have you seen mothers who have babies and throw them in the dustbin? Is that a kind mother?
No.
Exactly. Have you seen mothers who actually do beat their children and do all kinds of things to their children, and in the name punishment or discipline? Or I'm doing it because I love you? Yes. Right? So it's not about the role. It's about the person. And I always tell people that being a stepmother, there's certain layers that you need to go through. First, you're trying to create a relationship with yourself and your new environment.
True.
Then you're creating a relationship with yourself, your new environment, and your husband. Then you add his children. Then you add your children. Then you add his family. Then you add your family. Then you add her family.
Oh, yeah.
Then you add friends and well-wishers. Now, no normal human being who is already broken, because a lot of people go into relationships and marriages broken. And it's sad to say, but we don't even ask. I know for sure that I didn't even ask the simple question to my stepchildren: how do you want to be loved? What does love mean to you guys?
Oh, really?
No. Exactly.
No one figures everything out.
Exactly.
So
Nobody
easy.
taught us to ask those questions. So you come in as a woman, and I was 34. So I was an adult. I've done a lot of things for myself. So I'm thinking, children, the way I was trained, or the way a lot of us were brought up with children, you tell children what to do and they do it.
No questions?
The children don't question you.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Because parents will say to you, come on, shut up. Why can you be asking me questions? You are blatantly lying, and your child is saying, but mommy, that's not true. You're beating the child. Meanwhile, you're lying. Right? So I just thought that as well, thinking these children are children. If we tell them move, they move. Unfortunately, I didn't see them as small human beings, just like myself.
Oh.
Because that's what they are, right? They've got their own emotions. They want
opinions.
Exactly. And don't forget also, this is the first time that these children are having a woman who is not their biological mother.
They're going to be resistant for
of course.
Extent.
There's loyalty at stake as well. They're looking at it that, okay, if we blend with this woman immediately, if my mother, I remember one of my husband's late wife's friends who said to me clearly, I'm not going to be your friend.
Oh.
And no, I respected her for it. So there's no need for you to awe me, right? I respected her for feeling it and saying it. But you would have
felt bad.
I didn't, to be honest. No, I didn't, because what was her excuse? Oh, if there's some form of resurrection and she finds out that her friend is now my friend, she'll be jealous. Well, that meant something to her. And all I needed to do was respect it. And so I did. And I thanked her for telling me, because at least now I know that I won't find friendship in your corner. Because you've told me clearly from the beginning that you can't be my friend. So you already know what to work with. So I'm good. Exactly.
All right. You know what? I have a message here. So a lady here on WhatsApp says, hi, my name is Kitty. So I have a few questions on blended families and love to the hypnotherapist Adebola. 1, who will manage the finances? 2, who will pay the new bills? So those are the questions. And how do you maintain inclusivity with both families?
Well, I mean, it depends on how you're living together. A blended family is a man who either has children, a woman who has children, and they come together to live in the same house and then have their own children. That's what a blended home is. So it's not like somebody staying somewhere else. And so who will manage the finances? You will decide.
Both
as a
parties.
family. Exactly. You decide as a husband or a wife who does what. I don't particularly believe that men are meant to provide everything. I believe that I want to do certain things for myself. And if I were by myself, I'll be doing certain things. Now, do I like to live a soft life? Absolutely. But I also want to do certain things for myself and be able to stand up tall, right? And so my husband will do certain things in the house, which I'm grateful for. And I also do certain things in the house, which I'm also grateful for, because I have the ability. If I had less ability, he'd probably do more. If he had less ability, I probably would do more. But that's the home that we run. I don't know about other people, because I think there's also a lot of pressure on men to provide everything.
And then a blended family coupled with new kids.
You now have these kids. So that's why most times it doesn't work.
Yes, all right,
because those conversations are not had properly. I don't think you can do it on your own personally. I think you need to go for counseling and meet with people who have the expertise to teach you or show you certain things or help you, guide you through the process. I don't think you can do it on your own.
All right. So here on WhatsApp, so for those who are listening, you might want to call in. I'm going to take messages via WhatsApp. If you want to send us a message via WhatsApp or even call, you can call in this number, 0809 234 5913, and other numbers you can call on 0809 222-0913. There is a women only line for the ladies. You can call in 0809 1913 All right, and also, yes, the first number I mentioned, you can call on that number, 0809 234 5913. So someone here on WhatsApp says, I believe the greatest challenge that children face in blended families is dealing with the loss of the family they once had or hoped to have, and finding ways to maintain loyalties in the new family, because sometimes they still miss the old family.
Absolutely. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it.
Did you have to deal with the, would I say, angry emotions of your stepkids when you first met them?
So my kids were younger I mean they were 9 and 7, around that when I met them. So they were not angry about anything.
But
they didn't
just
remember
needed
their
a
mom
mom.
much, because
Okay.
one of them was 8 months old when her mother died,
Oh, that
and
was a
the other one
while.
was 3 years old. So say that again.
No, okay,
You
yeah.
got a call?
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and the other one was 3 years old. So, they weren't angry. You know, I think they were also happy. I remember my oldest son was having at some point, I mean, the trauma of the accident, he started to have seizures. But when I got
Oh.
married to his dad, the seizures stopped.
Oh, wow.
So so I brought some kind of balance into the home for him.
Yeah.
Did I make a lot of misses? I'm sure I did, because I didn't know better.
But then I commend you that you were able to figure it out, because, I mean, so many people are yet to understand the dynamics, and it seems like you've cracked the cheat code.
I believe I have, because I wanted to stop being bitter. So I sought peace
Oh,
for
wow.
me.
I love that. You know what? Let's take this call.
Okay.
Thank you for this. Thanks for bringing this piece with you as well. Lagos Talks, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Paula.
Hi.
Good afternoon, the therapy.
Yeah, Adiola. I was going to say Diola, but Adiola is her name.
Realize good.
Adebola. Good afternoon, Adebola.
Hello.
Okay, my own contribution. Is there a contribution? I just have to. It's an issue I'm facing right now. Okay, so I didn't know my father
Oh,
right
sorry
from
about
when
that.
I was born until about I finished university.
Okay.
I started working, and one day he called me. I was saying that he's my father. Meanwhile, my mother had remarried. I grew up with my grandparents, that's my mom's parents, and those were the people I knew as my mother and my father. I didn't even know my mom was my grandparents' daughter. I thought she was my elder sister. So I grew up with that knowledge, never had to ask if I had another father or mother. So after my university days, one day I was at work, someone called saying that he's my father.
Wow.
That was first knowledge of me, knowing about him, not knowing that my grandparents were my parents. And as at that time, my grandfather, which is my mom's father, is late now. So I was confused. I didn't know what to say. So I called my mom and said, somebody called me and the person said he's my father and all that. So my mom said it's not true. So I said, this is what this person said. The person I called my mom now is my granny, or not my mother as my mom.
Yes, we're following you.
So, yes, so I became confused. I didn't know what to do, because this man when he called me, he told me to ask my mom, my grandparents, ask my mom's sisters. I should ask everybody. So I was afraid, because my mom is this kind of person that her siblings respect her and they fear her a lot. So I grew up with that fear and respect for her. So I know that going towards that direction was no. Because growing up, while I was in nursery school, she was in the university. So she was going to school, I was going to school. She gave birth to me at a very tender age. She was in secondary school then. So to cut the whole story short, I had to call my mom's sister. At first, she was hesitating to tell me. They were just putting me, all of them were just telling me, it's not true. So I became confused. So the whole thing happened, series of years passed. I couldn't come to terms to ask my mother because I was afraid of her. So one time I came back home and I summoned courage. I went to her house where she was married and I wanted to ask her, but that fear came again. I didn't know how to ask. So the whole process continued like that. So 3 years back, but all my mom kept telling me was, take care of your younger sisters, my young siblings. That's all I knew. So I just have them as my sisters. I don't know whether they are my same mother or my same father. So the whole lies were so much. So 3 years ago, that was 2019, someone came to marry me, and I told my grandmom said I should tell my mom's elder brother. I told my mom's elder brother. He now told me that on no account should I let someone else come in as my father. This was just 2019 that was passed. So I was now confused more. So then I started asking questions. Then my mom took me, In fact, the truth is that this man now came back to my life. My mom took me to him. I was angry and everything. But I've not come to terms to accept him as my father. I don't know whether you understand me. Every time I see him, I get very angry. I try to see him as my father, blend with him, but that relationship is not there. In fact, a few days ago, I woke up and I wanted to write him a very long message and all that. I finished writing the message, I deleted it. So the whole thing, it makes me angry. I tried. He has moved on with his life, got married. So one of the stupidest reasons, if there's anyone like stupidest reason, told me was my mom was very beautiful. Then they were in secondary school, they fell in love, and that was how he started. And he had to go to abroad to school. He went to Oxford University or something. So he didn't want to lose my mom, that they were dating, that he didn't know there was a pregnancy involved. But I said, you have been coming back home, you've been saying, who do you think I was? So because he was lying to me that he wasn't aware, but my mom's people kept telling me that he was aware. So now he just came all of a sudden after like 20 years plus to tell me that you are my father and you expect me to open my arms and embrace you.
I understand. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I know yesterday we spoke, right? Sorry, can you just tell us your name? Jenny.
The whole thing is very annoying. You don't expect me to embrace such a person just like that.
So Jenny, let me stop you quickly, okay? And I mean, we can have a conversation offline if you want to.